Namaste, mil gracias por estar aquí, Luly, mi terapeuta, mi salvadora. Quiero contarles la historia de cómo Luly y yo nos conocimos. Resulta que yo estaba en mi primer trimestre de embarazo y no podía caminar de la cantidad de presión que sentía abajo. Y fui a donde mi doctor y mi doctor me dijo, mira, realmente no hay mucho que se pueda hacer, eso es el peso de tu útero expandiéndose, tus ligamentos están ya como que sobreestirados, probablemente en tu tercer trimestre no vas a poder caminar. Y yo me quedé como que, no voy a poder caminar. Eso no me va a pasar, exacto, esa no es opción, eso no me va a pasar a mí. Y tomé mi salud en mis propias manos, empecé a investigar y llamé a Luly de Painless Pregnancy. Y aquí estoy a mis 34 semanas haciendo toda esta yoga que me han visto hacer en este reto de 21 días, caminando. El doctor me dijo que iba a tener que usar unas pantaletas tirantes para aguantar. Y resulta que la condición que tenía se llama Pubic Symphysis. Luly nos va a contar un poquito sobre...
Entonces, esto es el Pubic Symphysis, es donde los dos partes de la cadera se juntan. Entonces, es un conjunto bien estable y fuerte, pero en el embarazo, con todos los cambios que pasa el cuerpo, esto se pone más suave y también como los huesos se pueden mover más, muchas veces se cambia posición o se pone donde no debe estar. Entonces, cada vez que uno se para o mueve o se gira, causa mucho dolor. Y eso es lo que tenía Vanessa.
Así que comenzamos terapia y ha sido realmente la mejor inversión que he hecho durante mi embarazo.
Y vamos a demostrar ahora qué hacemos en una sesión.
Sí.
So we're going to show you what we do in a typical therapy session with Vanessa. We always like to start by looking at her alignment because alignment changes drastically from day to day. So we like to see what her alignment is, what she might need on that particular day, and then we take it from there. So go ahead and stand up for me, Vanessa. And I always stand behind her. I put my hands on her shoulders and I just ask her to take a nice few breaths and just breathe as she normally would. I check for shoulder alignment. I come down her spine just to see how it's feeling. I like to feel the muscles to see if I feel any tenderness or tightness in any area. I put my hands on her hip bones to see if one is higher than the other, because how we showed you in the pelvis, if that's off, that affects her pubic symphysis. And then come down, see her tailbone, into her glutes, down her legs, and just to see how everything is feeling. Then I have her turn. I place my hand on her chest, and she just takes nice deep breaths. I just try to get in tune with her body and what's going on with her. And I place my hand down on her rib cage. I say hi to the baby, see how he's doing. And same thing, just looking at all the alignment from different angles. Come all the way down. And I like to check in with Vanessa. How are you doing? Any pain? No pain? Anything weird today, the past couple of days?
Well, after our session, I feel much stable.
Yes. And then we go ahead and I have her sit down. So come up nice and high on the mat and bring your head up as high as you can before you lay down. Okay. All right. So I have Vanessa lay down, take a couple breaths, and just get comfortable. Then I pull on one leg. Just see how her hip is feeling. Pull on the other leg to feel how that hip bone is moving in the socket. I grab both legs, and this usually feels good, right? A little bit of pull, separation on those hips. And I like to move them both at the same time just to see if one feels different than the other. But she is feeling good today. Then we bring her legs back up into a comfortable position, just because usually when your knees are bent, It's more support on your back and it feels better for you, right? Okay, so from here, then I just kind of check out her mobility. I like to stretch her legs a little bit. And this is kind of a speed session, so we take our time more when we do all these, where I give her a nice big stretch. Then I check how her hips are moving, rotation in and out, bring her in. So I put her leg on my shoulder and I feel those pelvic floor muscles. I feel for any tightness, release any tightness or anything that we find just to balance her out. And then I'll come in here and I like to loosen all the muscles of her back. And it feels so good because we like to pull all these tight muscles from the back and bring them forward and just relax everything. And we do both sides. And then we like to move the uterus around, make sure it's moving well, that some ligaments aren't tight more on one side than the other. Say hi to the baby whose head is down here now. Yay. I check out her ribs, see at the angle of the ribs, see if they're open or closed. Then come into her diaphragm, release any tightness, and make sure those ribs are moving well. It's so important to have a healthy pelvic floor to have good rib mobility. And then we stretch out her arms, give her a nice pull, and come up. Another place that gets so tight during pregnancy is your upper back, just because you have added weight up front from your breasts growing and your belly growing. So all the muscles get rounded and tight. So I like to hold and give her a nice, good stretch and bring her down. And then we move all the way up to her neck. Your pelvic floor and your jaw and your neck are so interconnected. Any tightness that you have in your neck is oftentimes reflected in your pelvic floor. So we make sure, especially with everybody wearing masks now, right? We like to make sure that we relax and release the jaw muscles. We give a nice little release to these muscles here on the back of your neck. Gentle pull. Side to side. And then the other thing that I like to do is release her first rib. So I come in here, I work with her breath. It's so important to work with breath. And I have her take a deep breath in. And then as she exhales, I come down and I lengthen here her neck and hold it down. And come back up.
Pudiera hacer esto todo el día.
And then we like to work into the ribs. Again, like I said, the ribs are so important. So we want to make sure her ribs are mobile and moving and just in the best position that she can be before we do anything else. And that is how our sessions usually start. After this, then we go into our exercise sequence and take it from there.